Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Off the Bench. We are back, Season 2.
Episode
1, baby. Had a little technical difficulties. We recorded an episode. I don't know what happened.
Jim Harbaugh happened. That's
Jim
what
Harbaugh
happened.
happened.
when we
That
shot?
happened.
Never mind. I shouldn't say anything.
Jim Harbaugh haunted that episode.
Jim
That's what
Harbaugh
happened.
haunted that episode. And then
Well,
he
what you
almost
get-
lost to Army. What a horrible coach.
Well,
Anyway.
that's why I have Ohio State winning the Big
Yep.
Ten.
Of course.
I have Michigan.
Of course.
Oh,
Of course
okay.
you guys do. I mean, that's a
He
little
doesn't.
heater for a little preview for topics ahead, but
Jim Harbaugh loves
We got a lot
teams
of-
false hope.
got a lot of stuff going on
Loves it.
today. We got Week 1 of the NFL happened.
What a week.
What a week of
Antonio
football.
Brown happened.
Antonio Brown happened. Jeez. We got an exclusive interview with SVC St. Vincent College football safety Jeremy Wooderick.
Captain as well.
Captain as well. Captain. I keep forgetting that.
It's
Sorry,
all right.
buddy.
It's fine.
And then
AFC, NFC, divisional and conference predictions.
Then we
Bold
got-
predictions.
then we got some bold predictions, boys.
Oh, I can't wait for you.
Bold
to remind
predictions.
Noah.
All right, starting off with the bold predictions. I mean, let's get into Week 1, guys. I mean, what a whirlwind of a week. We've got the Texans game going on right now. The Texans were actually up when I last looked. But
On the Saints.
This is
Hopefully,
probably,
Drew Brees and Kamara can get me some fantasy points.
hopefully.
How's your fantasy team looking this week?
Well, not bad. But
Wow.
I really should have started Larry Fitz
Yeah.
Don't
and
even start
DK
with me.
Metcalf.
Don't
Yeah.
start with me.
You want to hear what I did? Sammy Watkins on my bench,
Oh.
50 points. Deshaun Jackson on my bench, 40 points. It was more than 40. I left 95 points on my bench.
And who's
yesterday.
winning? And who's winning?
And I'm losing.
You want it?
In one of my 5 leagues, I'll take a win in the other 4.
All right, let's
But
get into
all
week
right.
1.
All right, let's get into Week 1. I was going to talk about my fantasy.
Oh, no,
points,
you
but
go
that's
right.
all
No, seriously, go.
No, it's all right.
That's fine.
No, it's all right.
Is it that bad?
Is it that
Oh, yeah.
bad? You're
All right,
Yeah.
week 1.
Was it as
Trey,
bad as
Trey Burton didn't even play. I play Aaron Jones expecting him to do something. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Doesn't do anything for me.
Was it as bad as the Cleveland Browns performance yesterday?
You know what?
We'll get into that
Hold on.
pretty soon, actually.
Hold on. You want to talk about bad performances?
We played the
But-
Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, you played Super Bowl champs. You still lost.
You played the
Same loss margin. It doesn't matter.
Cleveland played the Tennessee Titans.
They're not a bad
at
team,
home.
Noah.
At home.
They're not a bad team.
They
In
lost
the dog
to-
pound.
at
In the
home.
dog pound.
We
You
had
know
to go
what?
to Foxborough where nobody wins. Nobody
Like
wins
playing in
there.
Alabama.
It's like
Yep.
playing in Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
It's like playing in Death Valley, like you said
Yep.
earlier.
Like in playing at oh, you know what? I don't care. You know what? It's over. It's week 1. It's week 1. There's 16 more weeks of football.
All right, so let's start
Yeah.
with the Patriots and Steelers game
Okay.
first.
Sorry,
Noah.
we got a little heated there, guys. Sorry.
Noah, thoughts on what the Steelers did do and what they most likely didn't
Well,
do?
I really don't have anything that they did do. I mean, late in the game they started moving the ball a little bit, but it was garbage time.
At least they showed up to Foxborough. Well,
And I looked,
physically.
And I looked. Juju ended up having 78 receiving yards, which had to have been in garbage time. I shut the game off in the third quarter when New England had scored again and made it when they scored 33. The defense looked like a deer in the headlights.
We should have expected that, kind of. They're young.
Devin Bush is very young. I'm not going to overreact about him yet. He looked like a deer in the headlights yesterday. But again, maybe that's why Mike Tomlin didn't play him every down yesterday. Mike Tomlin said earlier in the week that he wasn't going to start Devin Bush out there and throw him out there every play because he didn't want to put them out there where he wasn't ready to play yet.
Yeah.
He was going up against,
One of
in
the
my
top-
opinion,
the top O-line.
the greatest quarterback of all time.
And you got to think about who's in front of him. It's one of the top O-lines in the league every year.
But like you said for Cleveland, I'll say the same for the Steelers. It's week 1. Don't overreact. Lots of football left to play. Going to Foxborough isn't easy for anybody,
And no one else.
especially the first week of the season.
Well, normally the Patriots aren't as well.
Typically in the
Yeah.
front half
first
of the year.
4 games, they really aren't that good. But once again, this is a different team with Antonio Brown just signing. Oh, another thing. Do you think that affected the Steelers at any point during the game? Antonio Brown signing with the Patriots. I know he didn't play, but do you think that affected
I'll
them
be honest with
mentally?
you, I don't. I think that people look too much into the personal aspect of football. I think
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin did a great job before the game when the NBC reporter, I don't know if you guys saw it, came up to him and said, "What are your thoughts on the Antonio Brown signing with New England?" And his response was, "I don't have a professional opinion on it."
Yeah.
He said professional because that's his job. People don't realize that. He's getting paid millions of dollars to coach a football team, and that's what he's worried about. He could care less, unless Antonio Brown was on his team, which he's not anymore. He could care less what happens off the field with Antonio Brown. If Antonio Brown could have played yesterday, Mike Tomlin would have been worried about him for a professional aspect. He would have been worried about how he would have affected the game. But he couldn't play yesterday. He didn't affect the game. I don't think it had any bearing on the Steelers because they were focused on going out and winning the game, and obviously that didn't happen.
All right, I mean, we want to talk about one 30-point game. We can talk about the other 30-point game that another person in this group cares about. It's the Browns got beat by the Tennessee Titans 43-13. I mean, they looked shaky the whole game.
Yeah,
and I
from-
think
from the kickoff.
What it was.
I think the big thing was they were just rattled, and I personally think that this is a ploy by Baker Mayfield to get the chip back on his shoulder because they had too much swagger coming into the season. They were way too hyped. And I feel like this kind of, it put like a reset on them, like they're still, everybody's like, oh, they're still the Browns, and that still puts Cleveland at the disadvantage. And also, the left tackle is one of the most important positions in football.
Yeah.
And if your left tackle gets ejected from the game in the first quarter, after taking 2 personal fouls,
He could
2
be facing
15-yard
a
penalties.
suspension as
He's
well.
not. They talked today
Oh,
about
okay.
it. They said
That's
he's going to
surprising.
have no suspension. He's just going to be fined, which is probably going to be the majority of his contract because he had a pretty small contract. But anyway, Greg Robinson, that was a dumb play by him to kick a defender in the face. Pat McAfee even posted a video about it. But you're a second-year quarterback. Think about this. You're a second-year quarterback on a team that's got all this hype on it. You got Odell as one receiver, Jarvis, David Njoku, Nick Chubb. You've got all this hype surrounding your team. And your star left tackle goes down, and he's done for the game. And then, a couple series later, your backup tackle goes down. That totally shifted the momentum of that game. Baker, it seemed like he was a little more frazzled. He was scrambling more. And then Tennessee kind of just took over from there.
Yeah.
But another thing we saw during this game is the new rules about the new sack rules, where if the quarterback looks like he can't make a play, refs are starting to call people down. There's a play that I saw a couple times on Twitter where Baker kind of gets wrapped up by a defender,
I saw the
and he
play
rolls
live.
out, and the ref blew the play dead, and he had a wide open lane to run.
He did escape.
He did escape
He
the
did
sack,
escape.
and they blew the ball dead before.
But again, this is where the league goes wrong at, or the players. The quarterbacks want to be protected.
Yeah.
When you see a quarterback get hit, what do? The first thing they do is they look up at the referee to see if he's throwing a flag.
Yeah,
Okay? That's the new NFL.
I mean that's sad.
This is the
But
new
it is
NFL.
The
It's
no
sad.
fun league.
It's the no
Yeah.
fun league.
It's
Thanks, Roger Goodell, you clown.
It's sad
Take
that that's
point
the
off.
way it is.
Clown. He's a
Yeah.
clown. That's why he gets booed every year during the draft.
Yep.
One of if not the worst commissioner of any sports league.
But they like that plays a perfect example yesterday. They were protecting the quarterback. They thought that he had him wrapped up, which he did, but he escaped the wrap up. Years ago, he may have a first down there.
If he hits, go up to the ref and be like, don't call it a sack until I'm on the ground. Because if quarterbacks aren't on the ground, that shouldn't be a sack. I understand they want to keep the quarterback safe, they want to keep the franchise faces safe, but it kills the game.
Yeah.
It kills the game. Because a bone-crushing sack on a quarterback changes the momentum of a game.
Or a QB escaping a sack.
Or a QB escaping a sack and somehow making a play.
Mhm.
That changes momentum of games. And I mean that's why the Patriots do so well. It's 3-second passes and it's just moving down the
Same
field.
with the Steelers.
Same
They
with
get
the
it out
Steelers, too.
quick, too.
Yeah.
When they do. But I mean, it was honestly just kind of almost a
Do you
piss poor
think,
effort.
during the
Making Browns
offseason,
game.
bringing all these free agents in, we're making trades, do you think that affected the team chemistry? Probably. I think so.
It's
I
good
mean,
to get humbled like that.
I think it did a little, and I think Noah's right. I think it is good to get humbled because that kind of brings you back to reality.
Don't get me wrong. It's never good to lose a football game.
It's never good to lose.
It's-
Exactly.
You want to win every game,
Yeah.
but when you come into the season like the Cleveland Browns
With as
these
much hype.
high
as-
hopes, you know what?
As much hype as they've had in years.
It's good
In
now
years.
because teams are going to look, the league's going to look at them differently, and the fans. They're going to say, well, they got killed week 1. Who knows what they have? So, and the Cleveland Browns will remember that.
I think so as well. I mean, Mel, you got any games you want to highlight?
Come on, highlight the Ravens.
How about the Ravens?
Just do it.
Listen, that was a great game. Lamar Jackson, 5 or 6 touchdowns?
Yeah, barely ran the ball.
5.8. Wait, no, 158.3 passer rating.
Perfect.
Perfect passer rating. The youngest to ever do it. 59-10. I mean,
he did face a tanking Dolphins team.
yeah.
though.
I mean, Ryan
They're-
Fitzpatrick.
They're tanking for
Everyone
2.
thought Fitzmagic was going to work, but unfortunately it didn't. He's thrown interception for every team he's played for, which is, I think, the only player.
He's
to
played.
ever do
He's
that.
played for a quarter of the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's
So
played.
him
for.
and Luke or McCown,
They said he's the only one
Josh
who have
McCown?
played.
or Josh McCown.
Yeah.
Josh McCown. He's the only one that's played for at least I think 8 of
Yeah.
the 32 NFL teams.
Other than that, I mean,
Well,
what can you say?
can I add to the Baltimore game? Everyone talked about Lamar Jackson. How about Hollywood Brown?
Yeah,
Yeah.
140
What a-
yards.
yeah,
receiving?
There's a reason why they call him Hollywood, I guess.
What a game he had. Hopefully,
AB's cousin.
hopefully he doesn't turn into his cousin, but for the
Hey,
Ravens'
DNA's,
sake,
you know.
yeah.
It might be
But-
hereditary.
Overall, I thought it was a great week 1. Kyler Murray had a slow start, but bounced back in the fourth quarter, brought the Cardinals back, and they ended up tying the
Playing
game
the-
completely. And then another one to highlight, as much as I hate to do it, is the Bengals went to Seattle, put
Lost by a point.
up a fight,
That's a tough place to play, too.
yeah.
Loud as hell.
and ended up losing by 1. But the AFC North is up for grabs this year again.
It'll be tight. It'll be tight. Another
Well-
game is the Jaguars and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Nick Foles going down, broken clavicle. And Tyreek Hill, he'll be out for a few weeks
Yeah.
as well. And the rookie quarterback, which I'll talk about a little later with my bold prediction.
The who?
With your bold prediction.
My bold prediction.
Oh, for
the quarterback.
The Jags quarterback.
Yeah,
okay.
the Jags quarterback. I see you looking.
I know. All right, moving
All
on.
right.
Moving on, we've got an interview with Jeremy Wooderick. So, yeah, there's that. So, we're here with Jeremy Wooderick of the St. Vincent College Bearcats.
Woody,
Woody, as many on the campus call him or know him as.
captain for the football team. Like
Yes,
to
sir.
mention
He's
that.
captain.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys got any burning questions to ask Woody?
Maui, do you want to give a synopsis, Maui, of Saturday's game?
Listen,
in
okay,
good terms.
In good terms. Listen, we faced a very good team, 15th in the country, top 3 quarterback in the country as well. We made a lot of, we hurt ourselves on a lot of plays, and it showed a lot. But going into this bye week, which I'll ask Woody about, I think we can clean up a lot of these things, then come out against Westminster next week, and then just prove what we have for the 2019 season. So, Woody, first question. New coaching staff under Aaron Smetanka. Thoughts of that staff so far?
So far, I really enjoy the coaching staff that we have. I think that we have great men that can push us more to being from boys to men and leading us from not just on the field, but in life in general. Coach Smetanka is a great guy. I think he's a fantastic leader for us. And I think he's the perfect fit.
And this is second week, bye week. What are your thoughts on that? It really sucks. I know 9 straight games after
Yeah.
this. What are your
I am
thoughts on
not a
that?
huge fan of bye week 2. When I saw that, I was not gonna lie, I was a little devastated. Definitely because going 9 straight games is very tough. There's gonna be a lot of injuries. People are gonna get banged up, and that's not what you need in a football team. You need everyone 100% there, and I feel like with having the bye week 2, it's gonna be rough. But I definitely think that this team, the 2019 Bearcats, can definitely handle it. 100%. I believe that this team is completely different than last year.
Mhm.
From how everyone's emotions were from spring ball to camp
Yeah.
to the season. Even after this week, I still feel like there's no kid on this team that wants to quit. Everyone is fully committed to playing with each other and hopefully winning the PAC championship. I definitely see the season looking up. I definitely feel like we're going to turn around after this week. I feel like that we as a whole can bounce back.
Definitely.
So going in more into Saturday's game, What could you take as a positive out of it? What did the team do well, in your opinion? I thought the offense looked pretty good.
The offense looked very
What
well.
did you think?
I thought the offense did very well. Brady Walker is a fantastic quarterback. That kid is definitely going to be a force in the pack, and especially in D3. I feel like he can do anything with his feet, with his arm. He's a very smart kid. He's crazy. He'll do some things that you'll definitely second guess, but he is a very good leader and a good quarterback. I definitely feel like the first half was slow. We looked a little off. We definitely weren't there. I think some of us were definitely nervous at first, going against the top 15 team in the country. You're like, oh my, like, these boys are good.
Yeah.
But the second half, I just think that we changed. We showed effort. We realized that we can actually play with this team. And I feel like when that happened, we started clicking. And things started working a lot better, and we started playing football.
Yeah. And going off of that, there's always room for improvement in any game, in a win, a loss, especially a game like this. So what can the coaching staff or the players do to improve going into the bye week and then into Westminster?
I believe that what we need to improve on is definitely the defense. The secondary for the main part. I take full responsibility for that. For being the safety on the team, being a captain of this team, I take full responsibility for that. Our secondary did not play up to par. We definitely should not have played that bad. We let that quarterback throw all over us, which is very uncommon for us, especially from last year being one of the top secondaries in the pack and in Division III. If we can fix that, then I feel like we're going to be a very big force, especially in the pack, because I feel like some of the teams we play, like, if we hit them hard and continue playing as a whole, we'll stop anyone.
All right, Vody. Any shout-outs or anyone you'd like to call out before we say
out.
goodbye to you?
Well, I want to say thank you very much, guys, for having me.
Yeah,
It was an
no
honor.
problem,
I
man.
watch it every week. I love it.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you
Appreciate
so
that.
much. If I have to call it anyone, I'm probably going to call Big Country and AJ Punyana. Step it up. Just kidding. I love you, boys. That's about all. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Woody.
Thanks
Of
for
course.
coming on.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Antonio Brown saga swept through the NFL this offseason. It started in Pittsburgh, blew its way into Oakland, and then ended up in Foxborough.
Going across the
Going
country.
across the country, baby, across the country. Boys, what's your thoughts on this,
We'll go to Noah
this
first.
fiasco?
AB's a genius. Okay,
He's a genius. He's like Kanye.
He
He's a
is.
genius.
He is a genius.
Maybe his agent's a genius.
His
He's a
agent and his
genius.
media.
He completely played the system. He orchestrated the entire offseason, starting in Pittsburgh week 17 last year, not showing up week 16. They had no idea. Well, he did. He played week 16.
He didn't show up week 17.
He didn't show up for practice the whole week. He has his agent call Tomlin and says, AB's playing Sunday against Cincinnati. Tomlin says, that's not how we do things here. You don't practice, you don't play. AB doesn't play. Then everything blows up. Ben's a bad teammate. Tomlin's a bad coach, okay? He gets traded to Oakland for a 3rd and 5th, which the Steelers end up stealing from Oakland,
They
basically.
won that trade.
And I truly believe that he never was going to play in Oakland.
He knew he was never going
in
to play
his
in
mind.
Oakland.
And then apparently last week he hires, I guess they call it
A
a
social media consultant. I
yeah,
think.
consultant, asking them how to get released from a team quicker. And then he has to celebrate. First off, he recorded a phone call from John Gruden, which is illegal in the state of California.
I saw about that. Gruden agreed that they could put the phone call in before the video was aired.
But
Gruden did
still,
agree to
he
that.
did not agree to the recording of it while it was happening. That is, by law, that's illegal in the state of California.
That video better come off YouTube. Or that's
So, I mean, unless John Gruden were to press charges against him, which obviously he's not going to, but it blew out of proportion and he ends up in New England, not a surprise. But I'm going to put it this way. If the NFL had any balls, they would investigate.
the
And
league's
show-
rigged. The league
Yeah.
is rigged.
Roger Goodell, worst commissioner out of any league. I'm sorry, I'm just going to sit out there and say it. He's a clown.
He gets paid more than any of the athletes. If he's the commissioner, he should get paid league minimum.
Yeah.
If he's the commissioner, because that means that you actually have to care about the sport. Maui, what do you think?
You know
about
what?
this?
The rich keep getting richer with the Patriots
I
getting
guess.
Antonio Brown. And we saw last night with them facing the Steelers, they don't need Antonio Brown to be a good team. 1 year, $15 million, I think $10 million guaranteed. So I agree with you guys. I think he possibly could do this on purpose. He did this on purpose. If New England has any problems, possibly not, but I don't see that happening. So I think he did orchestrate this. He did not want to see.
Definitely.
He did not want to play with Oakland with
No.
Derek Carter. Is that his name? Derek Carter.
Derek
His
Carr.
kids
That's what his
basically
kids said.
His kids basically asked him, "Who the hell was Derek Carr?"
They said, "Where's Roethlisberger?" And he's like, "Oh, we don't play for that team no more."
And he's hunting
but
that.
he wasn't playing.
And he's hunting that Super Bowl ring. I think that's what
Yep.
he wants. And I think New England just added a team option after this year.
I think there's been reports online and there's been people theorizing that Antonio Brown could go from the biggest villain in the league to the biggest hero by infiltrating the Patriots and blowing them
Not
up
gonna
from the
happen.
inside out.
It is impossible.
Not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
It's like
You don't
Fort
think so?
Fort
It's
Knox.
like Fort Knox?
It's like Fort
Yeah.
I
Knox.
think so.
Bill Belichick would
Aaron
never.
Hernandez, that thing
Yeah.
happened. Didn't do anything. I think they went to the Super Bowl that year.
Robert Kraft was caught with video at a strip club.
Didn't do
Nothing
anything.
happened.
Nothing
Down
happened.
in Jupiter, Florida.
Randy Moss was
Randy
there.
Moss came
Ra-
there.
Randy-
No, he wasn't really a problem.
See, Randy Moss wasn't
Randy
a problem
Moss,
off the field.
On the field, he was on the field. That's where his antics came. He was not like, and we talked about this earlier.
we
you
did
and
talk
I.
about this earlier.
He's not like Antonio Brown, where Antonio Brown's antics go off the field rather than on the field. You don't see these antics from Brown on the field. He had those celebration issues, which the NFL came to a conclusion that players are allowed to celebrate, which was unbelievable that they weren't.
Yeah.
Um,
Dumb.
but Antonio Brown, I don't know how the rest of his career will turn out, but I'm making, and we can go into bold predictions after this. My bold prediction is that he will be in the XFL within the next 2 years.
Well, the XFL said we don't want you.
Wow,
The XFL tweeted they said we don't want Antonio Brown.
that's how bad it really is.
That's
then.
how bad it is.
I mean, he'll be in the
Wow.
Hall of Fame though one day.
Yeah, well,
He will be.
if he gets that ring,
No, he'll be in there. He's an automatic Hall of Famer right now.
I mean, Joe Thomas never won a ring.
Oh,
He's gonna
you
be
know
a
what?
first
I love.
ballot
I
Hall of
love
Famer.
when Steeler fans do this. Oh, their best player leaves the team. They're like,
Like
oh,
James
he's
Harrison?
not good anymore.
James Harrison?
He's not. He's
oh
not
no,
a Hall
I'm
of
not saying
Famer.
he's not good.
I'm just saying you're not agreeing.
I'm not agreeing that he's a Hall of Famer yet.
I get.
Ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Let's move on to the next topic. I can't believe
All
you're
right.
saying
Maybe Tom-
he's a Hall of Famer.
Give him play 5 more years, then he's a Hall of
Play
Famer.
5 more years and he's a Hall of Famer.
I wish I had his stats. I think he has over 800 catches.
He's a system receiver. He's a system receiver.
every receiver, every player's a system player. I
Yeah.
think so.
I mean, you want to talk about people without rings going to the Hall of Fame? You know what? Never mind. That's not even. That's
Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas.
He's one of the best left tackles
One of the
of
best
all
left
time.
tackles.
Seriously,
I
it
know.
was amazing watching him.
All right. Anyway, moving on. We got to talk about predictions for the season, for the NFL season. This is an NFL centric episode, and then we've got our little interview peppered in there with Woody. But boys, who do you think's winning each division in the NFL? And then we can talk about some bold predictions.
I'll go down through my list pretty quickly
Alright.
because we pretty much covered most of the
Yeah.
teams. I have the Steelers winning the North.
Wrong.
It's
Wrong.
definitely not going to be the Cleveland Browns. I
Wrong.
can tell you that.
That's wrong.
I actually had a toss up between Pittsburgh and Baltimore,
Wrong.
and then in the East, obviously New England.
Really, not the Dolphins.
No,
Dolphins.
surprisingly
Oh,
not.
Wow. Miami looking pretty hot today.
South, I have Houston, and in the West, I have Kansas City, with the Chargers competing there. But I think Kansas City will come out
Sorry,
victors
I was
in the end.
interrupting you. Who'd you say is going to win the AFC North?
The
Because people
Steelers.
might not have heard
The
that.
Steelers.
All
Or
right.
the Ravens. It's too early to make an official prediction after 1 week, but Steelers and Ravens, kind of like last year.
Okay, with the AFC North, I once again toss up between Ravens, Steelers. But then again, I'm not going to leave out the Browns. A lot of season left, 15 games left.
15 games,
East.
16 weeks.
Patriots, easy. South though, before Andrew Luck's retirement, the Colts. Now, since he's retired, Texans.
Although the Colts didn't look that bad yesterday either.
Colts did not look that bad against the Chargers.
Yeah.
West, Chiefs, Chargers, but Chiefs.
And then to the NFC, I have.
What about him?
Oh yeah, you have your
Come on,
predictions.
Noah.
Well, obviously, I've got the Browns winning the AFC North.
Wrong.
Hopefully.
I'm
You think I'm
not
wrong?
leaving them out, but you know.
I mean, it's 1 week, Noah. You said it yourself. It's 1 week. In the East,
Yeah,
obviously.
but the Browns haven't proved anything. They haven't proved anything.
It's
in
been
the
a week.
They haven't proved
It's
anything
been
in the
a
last.
week.
They haven't proved anything in the last 10 years.
Oh my God.
People were making them Super Bowl champs before the season even started.
The whole
They
state
haven't
of
won in
Ohio
10
The
years.
whole state of Ohio was, except for that little piece that nobody talks about. That's
Cincinnati.
definitely a part of Kentucky, Cincinnati. But so they were winning the AFC North. In the East, I've got the Patriots, but I think in second place will be the Buffalo Bills this year. I feel like the Bills can shock a lot of
Believable.
people. They might
beat the Jets.
They might
Yeah,
sneak in as a
came
wild
back.
card. I could see the Bills as a wild card. And then in the South, I agree with you. I think that the Texans will win. And then in the West, like you said, a toss-up between the Chargers and Kansas City. I mean, we'll see what happens without Tyreek Hill if Patrick Mahomes can still work without his main receiver.
NFC.
The North, I have Green Bay. Their defense looked outstanding Thursday night against
Hopefully
the
the offense
Bears.
can show up a little more.
Yeah.
Let's face it. Chicago's offense is not the best.
And Green Bay's offense with Aaron Rodgers going to show up sooner or
No matter
later.
what, yeah.
I mean, and then in the South, I'm gonna have Carolina winning the South this year. The Drew Brees is a year older.
Yeah.
Um,
So is Tom
And
Brady.
his top receiver just got
Drew Brees
paid.
isn't Tom Brady.
His top receiver just
Listen,
got paid. He'll be
people
there for the
always
long
leave
haul.
out Drew Brees as a goat, as one of the goats.
I'm not leaving him out. I'm just saying he's not Tom Brady.
I
He's one of the
I
best
say he's more accurate,
He's got more passing yards than Tom Brady.
better pure passer,
Better pure passer, I believe that.
not a better quarterback.
And
If
then,
that makes sense, I don't know if it does.
and then in the East, I have the Cowboys. They looked really good Sunday. And then in the West, I have the Rams. I think the Rams will be the number one seed in the NFC again.
North, Packers. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
Yep.
South, the Saints. I respect Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, great wide receiver from Ohio State, and Alvin.
They've got basically the Ohio State
yeah,
DB
they
back
have
there now.
Marshawn Lattimore, right?
Marshawn Lattimore, and they've got Von Bell back there. They got Eli Apple, I think now.
Yeah.
They've got a bunch of people in that secondary now.
Yeah, and Alvin Kamara. West Rams as well, and then East Cowboys. Got their boy Zeke back, $90
And
million.
it looks like Dak's going to be signing a contract here within the next couple of days. Jerry Jones.
Has he proved that he deserves it though?
Jerry Jones was very impressed with his performance yesterday to come out and say that we need to lock him up quickly. So,
I mean, I think I agree with everybody's picks here. I think we all kind of have the same picks except for the South.
yeah.
I mean, like we
Which
said,
is always the South is really
the South is
since Cam has been with
Yeah.
the Panthers, it's really been a toss-up division. I mean,
Yeah.
between the
Yes.
Panthers
Falcons.
and then the Falcons, will
Falcons,
show up
yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah, let's not
Once-
forget about
once
the
in fi-
Falcons.
once
Let's
in
not forget
5
about
years.
the Falcons.
I mean,
Yeah,
Matt
exactly.
Ryan's a really good quarterback as well. So that
Mhm.
division,
That's got some solid quarterbacks.
yeah, really solid
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
Jameis Winston, not so much.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I can't believe he's still starting down in Tampa. They gave him. I think they've given him one.
Well, they got rid of Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
Or Bruce Arians down there, baby.
BA.
All right. But yeah, in the North, I've got the Packers. The South, I've got obviously the Saints, and yeah, you didn't seem too happy with that.
What?
Panthers.
Me picking the
They
me
did.
picking
They
the Saints.
did really
I
well.
will say the
against
Panthers
Rams.
did well.
That's
They've got a nice young core outside of.
again.
Outside of Cam,
Carolina's
they've got-
problem is, I don't think they have great coaching. I really don't.
You
think
don't
that-
like Ron Rivera.
I just don't think. I think that he should have been fired after last year. You know, the Panthers started out really well last year, and then they came to Pittsburgh and that Thursday night game, the Steelers crushed
Oh,
them,
yeah.
Yeah,
and then their season went downhill after that. But any team with a good quarterback is going to be able to compete, in my opinion. So, I really think that that's going to be a shocker down there. And Carolina's going to win that division.
Okay. And then in the West, you guys said the Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the only team out there. And then in the East, I think it's going to be a toss-up between the Cowboys and then if the Eagles show us something later on in the season. The Eagles can always turn it up.
Yeah.
I mean, we
I mean,
saw
they
what
did
happened.
yesterday.
They did yesterday, yeah. Or on Sunday. So, I mean,
Looked a little bit slow at first. I thought Mark Locke's Redskins were gonna come into Philly, and
I mean,
they were up 17-0.
They were. But you got to fly, Eagles fly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
But all right, so you guys each got a bold prediction.
Oh,
for the,
yeah.
mine's
NFL.
kind of his. I guess is big. I haven't heard it yet. He won't tell me,
Yeah.
but mine's kind of softer and more personal terms for the Steelers. I think that I think James Washington's going to have a breakout year and really solidify himself as the Steelers' number 2 receiver. He had a really good training camp in preseason, but we'll see if he can put that in terms of the regular season.
First one, Jaguars rookie quarterback Gardner Minshew from East Carolina will win Rookie of the Year.
Really?
That's
Really?
my bold
You
prediction.
think so?
Will win Rookie of the Year. 88% pass completion on the game Sunday. 22 for 25, 2 touchdowns, only 1 interception. That's my bold prediction. Another one, the Steelers. Big Ben, and it wasn't really mine because this is far-fetched. Matt Board plays football. He says Big Ben will be replaced by Mason Rudolph
During
this
the
year,
season.
during the season. And you know what? I thought about it for a little bit. He says week 5. I say week 10.
Week 10 going into
Week
the playoffs.
10,
going into a
Mason
playoff
Rudolph.
push.
If Big Ben was playing the worst football of his career, Mike Tomlin would never do that. We've heard what Antonio Brown said and what multiple other players who have played for that organization. Apparently, Mike Tomlin caters to Ben. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, so you would see that. I don't see that
It's
happening.
a bold prediction. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Though I think it's going to happen, most likely not. But you never know.
if
I
they
mean-
fire Mike Tomlin, maybe.
Big Ben will be replaced by
Big
Mason
Ben will be
Rudolph.
replaced?
And they just got rid of Dobbs
They did just get rid of Dobbs. That's correct.
to the
It's
Jaguars.
about time.
Yeah.
He never. I never understood that draft pick in the first place.
Josh Dobbs.
He doesn't fit the Steelers'
System?
Did
offensive
Dobbs
system.
get signed by anybody?
The Jaguars. They
They
traded,
traded
for a
him. They got a
fifth
fifth
round
round
For a
pick,
fifth
yeah.
rounder?
to
Okay.
the Jaguars, but he won't start. Gardner Minshew will start.
All right, guys. So my bold prediction for the season: the Bills will make the playoffs and they will beat the Patriots once this season.
I
I
would
think
like
they
that.
will in Buffalo.
I would
In
like
Buffalo,
It'll be cold
because of the weather.
Because of the
It
weather.
gets pretty
yeah.
cold in Boston.
I mean, it does.
now.
I mean, but you got that lake effect
Mm.
on the over by the falls over there in Buffalo.
All right.
But yeah, that'll.
Niagara Falls.
Yes, Niagara Falls.
Nice.
Never been there.
Yeah.
Is it beautiful?
I was like 8 years old.
I've heard
when
the
I was there.
Canadian side is better than the American
It
side.
probably is.
I was there the
Canada
last
better than
year.
America.
I was there the last year that you didn't need passports to get into Canada.
Yeah, got my got that new license. I can go over the border,
There
just
you
flash
go.
my license, be like,
There you
hey,
go.
I'm 21,
I'm 21, eh?
and I can come over the border, eh? Alrighty, that'll do it for us here on Off the Bench. Till next time.
Oh, we should say sorry.
Sorry
for,
for yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry to you guys. It took us a little bit here to get an episode up for you. I know you guys have been eagerly anticipating
Since April.
since April some content. Sorry, I was the only one to put content out. I don't know what happened.
September.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's September.
You know
Jeez,
what? My
that's-
flight got delayed when I was in Hawaii. I think that's
flight
what
got
happened.
delayed. Yep, the
I
flight
was stuck
delayed.
there for 3
Lost
months.
track of us.
You lost track of time.
Yeah.
You were on
Hawaiian
Hawaiian time.
When we
Hawaiian
get there, we
time.
get there when we get there.
there when we get there.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.